Hello and welcome to my business model canvas final presentation. My name is Kyle Barthelmess. Today I'm going to present my new business venture idea. It's a new brand with the customer and the earth in mind. Now let me go over some of the problems we currently have in our society. One of them being that Americans generate between 250 and 400 million tons of garbage each year, all of which requires landfill space. The U.S. has the highest amount of waste generated per person of any country, with an average of 4.6 pounds of waste a day. Americans used around 50 billion plastic water bottles last year and only recycling 23%. The knowledge of the abuse that occurs in sweatshops has become more widespread thanks to segments aired on 60 Minutes. A sweatshop is defined by the U.S. Department of Labor as a factory that violates two or more labor laws. These factories often have poor working conditions, use child labor, have very poor compensation, and require unreasonable hours. Sweatshops do not alleviate poverty. Women make up 85 to 90% of the workforce in sweatshops. Some employers, not wanting to provide maternity leave, force workers to take birth control and have routine pregnancy tests. My idea is creating a clothing brand that does not add to the problems of landfills and sweatshops. Instead, I'm creating a brand of responsible clothing that's made in the U.S. from recycled PET and organic cotton. So what value does this venture give to customers? As mentioned, my products use recycled materials for clothing. My research has showed that many people experience frustration when looking for clothes due to not finding something that fits their body. So my clothing will accommodate various body types and be made from comfortable material that is durable and stylish and reasonably priced at $20.99. The clothing will be a tri-blend made from 50% rPET polyester, 37% organic cotton, and 13% rayon. So the market size. So the total market could include virtually anyone, since everyone wears clothes, but I'm going to be focusing on people in Columbus, Ohio. To demonstrate potential interest in my product, a 2007 Harris poll shows that 75% of the population recycles at least some of their trash. And a 2014 survey found that 39% of U.S. adults say the term environmentalist described them very well, while only 10% said that description was totally wrong. Also important to mention about the apparel market is that online shopping is gaining a lot of ground on brick and mortar retailers. This graph here also shows a number of people that were surveyed and gave the response of those that believe that protection to the environment should be given priority versus those that believe that economic growth should be given priority, and you can see the trends that are occurring there. So market research. So the U.S. apparel industry brought in $225 billion in 2012. It's estimated to increase to $285 billion by 2025. It's a very competitive industry with low barriers to entry. The apparel market is growing, and is growing even faster outside of the U.S. So, what do people really want? After conducting many short interviews, I learned that people want clothing that fits their body type and is comfortable. While the majority of people believe that clothing made from recycled materials was a plus, most did not consider that to be a determining factor of purchase. Brand name doesn't seem to matter much. Most prefer minimalist styles made from durable material. All agree that there is definitely a market for this product. So who are these people that we're looking for that would be interested in our product? So our customer segment and archetype will focus largely on younger adults, people that are concerned over the environment, people who typically buy organic products, and people who like minimalist clothing that is affordable. Will generally consist of middle to upper middle class people that tend to shop at places such as Whole Foods. I have a sister-in-law who cares a lot about different environmental issues, who bought yoga pants that were made from recycled materials, and she said that she loves them. The reason why she loves them partly is because they're so comfortable and she likes the designs on them. She said that the material is definitely a bonus. She even mentioned that she'd be willing to pay a premium for the material and being made from recycled plastics. So that's exactly the type of person we're looking for. Some of our key partners for us moving forward will be Royal Apparel, acting as the supplier, Whole Foods as a retailer, the Nature Conservancy as a charity. We're going to be giving back and donating part of the profits to this charity, and therefore being able to make a difference out there in the environment. Celebrate Local, which is obviously a local retailer here in Columbus, Kroger, and also the Columbus Chamber of Commerce. So, you might be asking, what sets us apart from, say, a generic Walmart brand? Here's a side-by-side comparison between our brand and a similar Walmart brand that costs about $5. So what sets us apart is what I like to call FCCF: Fit, Comfort, Cause, and Fidelity. And that brings us to our MVP, our minimum viable product. We're selling a men's and women's t-shirt that is simple, comfortable, that's made here in the US and operated locally, all for the value of $20.99. And here are a couple of examples of a men's and a women's t-shirt. What channels will we be marketing and selling through? A seasoned marketing professional highly recommending having our product on Amazon. Now, having an Amazon professional selling plan is $40 a month, and it can include referral and variable closing fees. Whole Foods, in order to connect with them, you need to contact a local and or regional office and to determine how to proceed from there. And the same goes for Kroger. Celebrate Local simply requires an application. Selling through these vendors will be key. Now, I realize that retail industry is very competitive. Stores get many product offers offered to them, and customer acceptance, which is mostly demonstrated through sales, and that's used to measure product performance and retention. Mail ads also is another strategy. They sometimes have low success rates, but those rates can be improved by targeting the right area, having effective headlines, and making the material in the ads personal. Also, to have a radio ad here in Columbus, it's estimated to be about $92 per ad. So some of the key activities going forward: partner with our supplier, who is Royal Apparel. Partner with the charity, the Nature Conservancy. Develop the website, our website, which we'll be selling through, and also become authorized to sell at the mentioned retail locations. Developing and launching a social media campaign, and having local radio ads, and also joining the Columbus Chamber of Commerce. So key resources, of course, is the product itself, the website, and here are some quotes from from a website developer. And for a simple e-commerce store, you can see what the price would be there, about 8 to 15,000. Also authorization to sell on Amazon, and a trademark brand logo, which is free. Some of our costs and our revenue, as mentioned, it's about $8 to $15,000 for the website, and $3,352 for an initial physical inventory, and that's made up of 504 shirts at $6.65. And then, of course, the revenue is coming from the selling of the clothes, which is going to be sold at $20.99. And then here is an estimated income statement, projected income statement for the next 5 years, and there you can also see our growth curve and a revenue breakdown for the next coming years. Sort of SWOT analysis. What are some of the strengths? Well, it's good timing to be entering this market. There's a growing concern over environmental issues, and organic products have been trending for the past several years. Weaknesses, there appears to be few early evangelists, at least what I've experienced so far, and then many people seem pretty indifferent to the actual material used, as long as it's comfortable. Opportunities. There are relatively few brands using the same idea. There's positive growth potential, and there's a low startup cost. And finally, threats. The main threat being that there's a low barrier to entry in this industry, which could easily lead to copycats. Here are some of my works cited. And that is my presentation. Thank you very much for your time.